Well, that one sucked. Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I am Anthony Totri, joined as always by Shane Diefenbach, Shawn Sadboy DePause. It's time for our third consecutive walk of shame because ASU basketball struggled tonight and they lost yet again. This time to Washington in overtime, 69-66. A lot to talk about. Des Cambridge had himself his best night, I want to say, of the season and of his career.
His best scoring night of his career, but I wouldn't say his best night of the season.
Austin Nunez did a lot tonight. DJ Horn kind of went missing again. Before we get into any of like the actual big storylines of the game, Shawn, I'm going to start with you. Just initial reaction. And let us know where you're at on the panic meter now that ASU has lost 3 in a row.
Like an 8. I'm not happy. I don't know what is there to say about that game. They don't know how to score. Just there's like not enough from this team. I think we've mentioned this before, but they get credit for being such a deep team and going 10 deep. It doesn't mean shit when you only have 2 guys that can score buckets. And that's all you had tonight.
You didn't even have to, I felt like, tonight.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, Nunez obviously in a different regard, but yeah, that sucked. But I'm gonna focus on the fact that Austin Nunez is gonna be the greatest player in college basketball history eventually.
We'll get into that. We'll 100% get back into that. Shane, how you feeling, man?
Not good.
Yeah.
I'm not as high as Shawn on the panic meter. People are saying this is the loss that does it. I mean, if this is the loss that spirals it, then they're not making the tournament. But this isn't the loss that does you in. Like, I bet you're back to a play-in now, especially with USC's win. You probably just swap, as we were talking about earlier. But like, I'm just so uninspired by this uninspiring offense. Like, I don't even know if you had 2 players that could score tonight. You had Desmond Cambridge.
Yeah, that's all you had.
Frankie Collins was, look, man. Frankie's a great talent. He's
athlete.
He's a great talent, but he just disappears sometimes. And he hit a big 3 late, but he also had a couple awful possessions. And I just this defense can't rely on the offense to score to get up for possessions. It feels like when they can't score, the defense falls apart, and that's when it really starts to snowball. I'm concerned for sure.
Yeah, definitely concerned. Yeah, I mentioned this during the game. Frankie specifically, to me, he kind of just seems like he is a point guard, or he was like a wing or a shooting guard trapped in a point guard's body, and they keep making him play point guard, and he's like, I don't really know what to do with this round orange thing. He's really going to get in the basket, and I'd like to see him do more of that, especially because it's a team that does not know how to get to the line. But man, it was, like Shane said, just wildly there were inspiring parts, like the last 3 free throws of regulation.
But that's not for this year. That's for later. Like
no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. Colin, don't even get me started.
Before we get to Colin, Charles in the chat with a super chat, contributing to the coffee fund. Y'all deserve it for the great content starting this late. Much love, fam. We appreciate you, Charles.
Always
man.
Appreciate you, Charles.
Always. I mean, let's get into it then. Alonzo Gaffney, bad tonight. DJ Horn, bad tonight. Warren Washington, bad tonight. Devin Cambridge, bad tonight. Like,
dude,
everybody outside of Des Cambridge, Austin Nunez, in times, Frankie Collins was pretty bad tonight.
How many ASU players shot better than 50%? None. Not a single person.
Only one actually shot 50%. Frankie went 3 for, oh, that's from 3. No, he went 5 for 10 from the field. Otherwise, everyone was.
Nobody shot better than 50%.
Yeah, man. And also, I don't want to. I just want to throw this out there because he doesn't deserve to be like to be shit on or forward or anything. But it's been a while since we had a Duke. Like, we were really high on Duke earlier, and he hasn't really done anything. Not that we were ever expecting him to.
Yeah,
but going back to the whole how much credit this team got for their depth. How deep is this team actually?
Well, part of like having good depth, right? Part of being able to go 10 deep is nice because you can get little bits of scoring from those guys, right? Yeah. You're not relying on those guys to do a lot. But you get a night like tonight where DJ had 3 points, where Warren had 2 points. Like, that's not good enough in a game that goes to overtime. DJ only saw 15. He only got 15 minutes tonight. 1 of 7 from the field, and it was a 3-pointer. You don't start him again. Not the way that he's been playing. And now it is 4 consecutive halves of bad basketball. Like,
5.
Is it 5 now?
Yeah, it was 3 before.
Yeah,
this.
you're right.
Overtime.
He's gone 5 halves where he scored 3 points combined.
Yeah,
That overtime doesn't count.
Side trip with Kerry says he went into cloak mode again, or horn into cloak mode again. Bobby put the cloak on him though, and he didn't start this. Did he see minutes after the first half?
I
don't know if he did.
I don't know. But I mean, I don't know that he deserved it.
I mean, they were down, 10 going into the half?
Yeah.
I think start Nunez, you get to overtime.
He saw 1 minute in the second half.
The best rotation that we saw, I think, was with... Because when they started making a little bit of a comeback in the start of the end of the first half, it was Frankie and Austin. Right?
Yeah. It was also the bench. Let's play this game again. 3 players on ASU's team that had a better plus-minus, or had a positive plus-minus.
I'm going to say Nunez.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, wow. Okay. Positive plus-minus.
Enoch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Enoch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jemiah?
Mm-hmm.
Luther.
Oh, actually, sorry. Enoch didn't. Jemiah? No. Jemiah did.
Not Luther.
Not Luther.
Shit. What else we got on this team?
Nobody.
Did Gaffney?
Frankie Collins and Duke Brennan.
You know what time it is?
What time is it? Half the team.
DJ Horn.
No, the entire team.
Literally everybody not named Des. Well, even Des, because he did not shoot well despite the points.
Oh, guys, it is. I mean, I'm at the point where it is. You're panicking. I'm panicking because you lose to Washington State. Now you're in a big hole.
Yeah,
you're in a big hole. Considering the fact that this conference, the way it is running, is anybody at the top is just throwing blows and winning. Right? Like U of A, UCLA, they go back and forth. Utah's in it. They go back and forth. Oregon's in it. They go back and forth. USC's now the third best team in the conference now. Like, and ASU still doesn't have that go-to win. Doesn't have that spotlight victory, right? So when it comes down to it, right now ASU is behind all of these teams, or it feels like it. They're behind all of these teams now in that fight for a spot in the Big Dance.
Yeah, I mean, they had their spot, and now they've lost it. Now they have to go try and get it back. Also, fuck Michigan for not really helping us tonight. Almost got a big win over Purdue. Yeah, man. I don't. Yeah, bring on softball.
No.
Bring on softball.
No. That's the one thing we're not going to do is completely throw this team away.
No, I mean, yeah, the season's not fucking over.
No, there's a lot of basketball left. But this is we're not trying to hit the panic button in a state of it's over, it's done, their season's like blown up.
But it's a
like,
cause for concern.
I'm more hitting the panic button. What?
It's a yellow light. It's
It's
not.
a yellow light when you're like
it's not
20
even,
feet away and you're like, you don't know if you just slam on the brakes or not.
Yeah.
This for me is like you get pulled over by a cop and like you are very clearly in the wrong, and they're like, I don't want to see you out here again, or like your tags are expired. Like, go get that.
Yeah.
Go fix it.
No, you know what it is? It's that happening to you twice.
3 times.
No, twice.
They let you off the hook twice.
UCLA went, yeah.
They let you off the hook twice.
Yeah, and you're like, how did they not?
That Washington State game, that's
Yeah.
a fucking ticket. That's a ticket. That's when they lose to Washington State, then you are full blown sound the fucking alarm.
Okay. I am not feeling happy, but I need to I guess reel it back in, because I did say on a number of occasions leading up to this game that even if they lose, like, it could be okay, it's like the zone is tough, which they did not do, and I blame Bobby for that. Did not do a good job at getting to the parts of the zone that are weak. Though when they did, they didn't make their shot, so whatever. But it's okay, man. Like, Washington's not a bad team. They didn't just lose to Cal.
No, but you shouldn't.
No,
You
they
shouldn't
should have
lose
beat
to
this. I'm not trying to make excuses. They should have beat this game. They should have won this game.
But it's not even a should have. It's almost a had to. Like,
Yeah.
look at this schedule, dude. Like, this team is.
Yeah. I mean, you look at those last 3 games, and
Yeah.
Washington State just went toe to toe with Arizona.
Yeah.
Like,
They beat them
They
earlier.
lost to
and they beat them earlier in the year. Like, you are going to need everybody that has fumbled the bag as of late. DJ Horn, Warren Washington, Devin Cambridge. Like, those guys specifically. And I hate I don't want to sound like I'm like trying to attack DJ, but like DJ Horn, a guy, one of the few faces it feels like carrying over from last year's team to this year's team, right? We've seen how talented he is. We know he's streaky, but we know he can score, right? He was one of the only people to score like good numbers in that Pac-12 tournament game against Stanford. Yeah. I don't know what kind of conversation has to happen between him and Bobby, but there does need to be a conversation of like, look, man, whatever you've got going on, we've got to fix it. Like, you got to get back in the lab to fix it, because right now, DJ Horn is part of the problem.
Yeah, obviously we don't know whether or not Bobby is going to sit him.
Well,
do you think
you sit him? If I'm Bobby,
I agree. Okay, but I mean, do you think that could be good for DJ? Like, well, A, do you think it could be good for DJ, and B, do you think it could be good for the team? Because I think one thing, it would be nice to have an experienced guy, a guy who is experienced and can score, come off the bench, because recently the only points you can rely on off the bench are Austin's, which are great, but he's a freshman. You shouldn't have to rely on a freshman. From a team perspective, or from DJ's perspective, I just hope it could be like a little bit of a wake-up call, maybe. Not that I think he's gotten like resting on his laurels or anything like that, but I just hope that he is like, damn, I thought I was going to be a leader on this team. Now I need to lead. Like, I hope it can be that.
Do you know how to put a poll in the chat, Damon?
I can do it.
Let's put a poll in the chat. If you were Bobby, who are you starting?
Dude, but
the poll is going to be 100%
yeah,
Austin.
So this is the real question.
Okay.
Does Bobby sit DJ Horn on Saturday?
Sit him as in just...
No. Does Nunez start in place of DJ Horn on Saturday? The answer is no. Bobby doesn't do that. Bobby has faith in his players.
Bobby doesn't sit starters for an entire half and overtime. He doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Bobby knows what he's coaching for.
And I also don't think... Obviously, a large part of it is DJ not performing well. Austin is starting to show that he deserves not necessarily a starting spot, but more and more minutes. And if DJ's not going to play well, then I don't know. I think after 3 losses, you need to do something. You need to shake something up, and I think that's the obvious place to start.
It's a tough back and forth. I mean, look, Nunez got more minutes tonight off the bench than DJ did starting.
Yeah, I mean, there's reasons to go both ways. Like, I'm not, if he starts DJ, I'm not gonna start crucifying.
And
Bobby,
it's not even the numbers, right? It's not like Austin Nunez is out there putting up 15, 20 points, but like, he does bring a different level of energy.
Yeah,
and we haven't even mentioned the 3 free throws that he hit to send this game to overtime.
Yeah,
like,
we'll get to that later.
I mean, it was phenomenal. Let's pause all the sad talk. Let's put a pin in it. Let's get to the numbers so we can actually statistically break this down. Final score, obviously 69-66 in favor of the Huskies. Shooting percentage, 39% for Washington, 30% for the Sun Devils. Behind the arc shooting, 35% for Washington, 28% for ASU. In terms of turnovers, a whopping 22 for Washington, just 16 for ASU. And then largest lead tonight. There was a lot of back and forth, 14 for Washington, 12 for ASU, and that it was 12-0, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was 12-0, and then what happened? Like legit. Let's stay here and talk about that for a second, because it was 12-0.
I mean, I'm gonna need y'all, because I was in there and they were leading, and then I walked in to help get Coyotes ready, and I walked out, and they all of a sudden were. I guess you can blame
because
me.
at halftime,
it's Mary's fault for turning off the damn game.
At halftime,
turn it on, Mary.
Look, at halftime, you said, I remember you came back and we were doing the halftime graphic, and you said Washington shot what, like 40%.
Yeah,
they ended up shooting 40%, which was crazy for us because at a certain point they were like 3 of 15 from the field.
Washington finished the first half shooting 41.4% from field, 45.4 from 3. ASU was shooting 18.8 from the field and 16.7 from 3.
This is what happened. Well, actually, Jacob makes a good point. He did sit Marion last year.
Yeah.
I think he might.
Oh, damn. Sorry.
This is what happened.
Jacob said fiery.
What did I do?
Because
the game's right. I was like, do I deserve that?
I think we see this team snowball a lot when they miss shots. You know, it's just bad shot after bad shot after bad shot, and they go on these cold streaks. But what we haven't seen that's weird in the last couple games is when they can't score on offense, their defense falls with it.
Yeah.
And the defense wasn't good when they're hitting some crazy threes, but there was just a lot of wide open jumpers, and that can't happen.
I have an interesting question. If Frankie and Austin are the starters, who would you rather have bring the ball up the court? Like, who would you rather have be the primary
Austin?
ball calendar? Or primary ball handler?
Ball calendar, wow.
Yeah, I don't know where that
That's
I want one of
a ball calendar?
The poll's over 69% to 31. No.
Nice.
came from.
No, I wouldn't start DJ Horn.
Oh,
Okay.
that's honestly closer than I thought it would be.
I have Austin bring it up. That's just me, though.
Him or Frankie?
Yeah.
I
Because
like Frankie more.
the reason I asked this question is because there was a point in the game where Frankie just caught and shot and made that corner three. And like I said earlier, I think he is a shooting guard / wing in a point guard's body. I think he's better when he doesn't. Like, if you could just get him the ball and just sometimes he has to make a play, but he is not the center of the offense. I think he is better set to succeed in that situation.
Yeah, but as a guard, he does so many more things better than Nunez does right now. He takes it to the rack better. He facilitates better. I think he can handle the ball better. We see Nunez commit some pretty dumb turnovers. I just don't think Nunez is ready. I think next year, yes. But right now, Frankie is your guy, and I know he didn't show up in just a couple big moments tonight.
I guess I was looking at it more from a maximizing Frankie perspective, which I think would, but I do agree with you that that's probably a tough spot to put Austin.
At a certain point, right? And you guys can tell me I'm an idiot for this question. But at a certain point, and I think we had this conversation with Herm, right?
No.
Look, hear me out, right? At a certain point in a season, when a coach knows what he is coaching for, what's on the line, which I would say that if you don't make a tournament, if you are not playing in March and you are not a part of the big dance, Bobby Hurley gets fired. Okay? That's just me. That's my perspective given the way that the season has gone. You start off super hot. Like you're ranked at one point.
It's the same thing.
And you go down. Okay. At what point does Bobby stop having to worry about what these guys might be capable of in the future and has to pull the trigger on some decisions now? You can't wait.
I don't think what he ever does is ever for the future anyway. I think he always just wants to win. I have a weird theory. I think that, you know how earlier during the game I was like, why does this always happen in regards to like cold shooting streaks? And it's not just this team, it's just Bobby Hurley teams. Like they just go cold, and whether you blame it on shot selection or whatever, it's not just happening at random points in the season. It's always when you need it the most, and you can't blow up in this game and the team implodes.
Rosters.
It feels like a mental game that Bobby is struggling with himself, and I don't know if it's just the teams, and it's weird to even think about that he could have an impact on a shooting performance, but like, is he in his own head? Like, and I know it's not like it's the difference of a three going down and whatnot, and that can't be Bobby's fault, but is there something we're not seeing?
Yeah, I would back to what Totri asked originally. I mean, for example, starting Austin right now. I would argue that is the right move for now and for the future. Like, I don't know. I would argue getting Duke Brennan more minutes would be better for right now and for the future. Like, I don't know that those two things are separate.
Okay, that's fair. Jay Springy 321 in the chat. Y'all think we should fire Hurley? I think Hurley has done a great job with this program. I just find it tough to defend a team, especially if they lose in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be very hard for a team to start off as hot as this team did, to lose in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament, and then not make the big dance. I would have a tough time, given the way the last handful of seasons have gone, to not at least bring that up as a potential move.
Yeah,
like he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, I mean, like Jose said, it's been 8 years. At a certain point, you have to earn a long leash, and I mean, I think Bobby's a good coach.
I think good coach, good person.
Yeah, I just at a certain point, it's a matter of fit. Like at a certain point, even if you're a good coach, like you have to provide results. They're gonna have to move on eventually. I don't want to see Bobby go. I don't think we're at a point yet where it's like I'm not on the fire Bobby train yet, but. If they don't make the tournament, I mean, I think it's at a point where it kind of depends on how they don't make the tournament.
No.
But it like if
I'm interested to see your answer.
I think generally speaking, it's tournament or bust. And I also actually I'm going to take back what I said about it depends on how they don't. I think there's a situation in which they make the tournament and he still gets fired. To be quite honest, I think if you go and it's a playing game and you lose, especially if you lose in embarrassing fashion. And you didn't like, unless it's on the heels of a Pac-12 championship. There's an argument to be made.
I mean, if you're in the Pac-12 championship, you're not playing in them.
Yeah, fair.
My point is Bobby Hurley, if his teams fell short in X way, Y way, Z way, like different ways each year, then maybe. But it's the same thing every single time. It's the same thing every single year you fall short. It's because you just collapse before March starts. You just flat out collapse. The team just doesn't look like themselves. They get a big win in January, and then they explode. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. That's coaching. That is coaching.
That's certainly a concerning characteristic to have.
I've been Bobby Hurley's biggest defender.
Defend Bobby Hurley.
5 years.
Bring back out the meme.
But at some point, you gotta rub the dirt off your eyes and see clearly about it, because it is. And I want to address this because it's kind of boiled my blood. Bear 5-2 down. I love, or 5-2-0 down. I love you that you're always in the chat and engaging. Never been good at any basketball. Arizona's lost a lot of basketball games to a bad team. Then I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
they were number 3. Not.
I want to be super clear. None of us are saying that Bobby Hurley should be fired right now.
No, absolutely not.
By no means. Bobby Hurley is a good basketball coach. He's a phenomenal person, but right now, to Shawn's point specifically, results are exactly why coaches are where they are. And at the end of the day, if you don't get the results year over year, it's time to make a change. That's that's the way it works.
I mean, there's reasons you see teams in like pro sports and stuff like that fire coaches after they get to the playoffs, because at a certain point, it's like, okay, being on the bubble every year is not like. I know we were once really bad, and now we're better, but we're trying to be great, and you can only be better for so long before you need to take that next step.
You have to take advantage of this time at ASU too, with everything going on. You have to.
Yeah.
And Bobby's been here for 8 years. Like that's long for college basketball. Like it can be a revolving door, coaches, and you found somebody that can get players to click. After the Marcus Bagley stuff happened at the start of the year, we didn't think we'd be close to where we are right now.
Yeah.
This team is 15-6. You tell them again. We go back to putting this in perspective. It's great, but you got to raise your expectations. You got to win now.
And I just want to, because I mean, we saw it a bunch on Twitter, and people text me. You bring up Bagley, and we talked about this during the game. Sure, there are times where Bagley would help. Like tonight, I'm sure he would have helped in scoring more points, but he would not. This team would not be as good as they are.
No, they wouldn't be
in
15-6
general if he was on this team. He was clearly a problem, chemistry perspective. Do I acknowledge another Bear 520 comment?
No.
Damon, if you put up a Bear 520 down comment, you're gonna lose a thumb. I promise.
Which one?
You're gonna lose a thumbs down.
Yeah. Yeah, not on this stream. Let's talk about Four Peaks, because I feel like after that game, we could use one. Everybody at home could use one.
Fridge to be restocked.
I'm gonna be drinking so many tomorrow night.
Dude, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And then we're gonna be golfing sometime soon, dude. Golden Lager is gonna be seems like a perfect, or no, desert day drinker, perfect golf course beer.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like everything that Four Peaks makes is made for a golf course. To be honest with you,
yeah,
like it's just a vibe. Absolutely a vibe.
The Peach Ale seems like it would be a great like Kentucky Derby beer, like a horse race beer.
Yeah,
fancy hats.
Putting beers on sports here.
We need to categorize beers on a show. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Next time we have to do a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
So
after the season, because we're gonna have to do a palate cleanser after this, regardless of how it ends.
100%. Guys, the Super Bowl is around the corner. Enjoy a nice Four Peaks beverage during the big game.
I'm going to be drinking Four Peaks to forget the fact that the Bills aren't there.
Do got to be 21 or older, and please enjoy responsibly. Sorry, I had to.
Puss in Boots?
Yeah. I want to see a movie so
bad. Yeah, so do I.
I would love to see Puss in Boots right now.
I love everybody in the chat just coming for Bear by 20 down.
Yeah, but
anything else?
Hey, don't tell him he doesn't have a life, because he's here with us. And
yeah. Providing them numbies.
we've said this before.
And we
we
appreciate
appreciate
him.
your engagement. Not only, but we appreciate U of A. Like you make.
No, I don't appreciate it.
No, I appreciate their existence. I don't want them to ever be successful.
Espo's gonna say some shit. It's gonna make me mad, and then he's gonna walk out.
I just want to know why Shawn looks like he's in witness protection. It wasn't that bad.
You're really gonna blow his shit?
I want to know why the Suns keep losing to the Mavericks. Answer that for me.
Because they suck.
Okay. Okay.
Spencer Dinwiddie
Dog.
owns the Phoenix Suns.
Dude, I was looking for the rundown in Notion, and
You're on a schedule, buddy.
Well, no, I'm very aware, and I clicked on because it highlights the date you're on. So I was like, why isn't it showing up?
Oh,
and
it's
I realized
tomorrow.
because it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
We're going out tonight.
Oh god.
What were we talking about?
Well,
right
Shane's
before
gonna
Espo
tell
came.
the people about Burrito Express.
Yeah, I'm hungry. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'm hungry. Burrito Express. It's the best place to get your burritos. Plus, cue the graphic. What are we doing? A giveaway. Burrito Express is hooking up the homies with a giveaway this week. Two people will receive one $25 Burrito Express gift card each. Tweet your favorite all-time Arizona athlete and your favorite type of burrito, and at PHNX_Sun Devils and at Burrito Express at Burrito EXP. Must be following both accounts to win, and we will announce the winners on Friday. Make sure to do it. Get your free burritos. They're nummy. They're tasty.
They're nummy.
Burrito Express.
That's a crazy one.
Nummies.
Get 'em in ya.
Nummies. Get them in ya.
Nummies.
Hi, Tina.
Oh, that's what I was saying before Espo came in. Like, we need you guys.
Yeah,
you're
we appreciate
you're
it.
all whole part of this.
My favorite thing is I know Bear520 has the laughing emoji in every single comment, and I know he's sitting at home right now with a straight fucking face. Not laughing like at all. Let's give bottle service to the one individual who deserves it. Austin Nunez.
Motherfucking Nunez.
My goodness, he has ice in his veins. Let's talk about those 3 clutch free throws, even to get this game.
He's a
In
dog.
overtime.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was great.
is there anybody on the team, do you think, like genuinely, that you put in that situation and you're like confident that they can hit all 3?
I'm confident with Dez.
Anybody else?
No. Maybe.
Something tells me that Duke would have hit all 3 of them.
No, you know what? Something tells me Enoch hits all 3 of those. Just
something tells me Enoch
banks the last
misses
one in.
every single one.
No, but just I know he wouldn't. But
He might not hit
He's
the
gonna
rim
hit
on
one
any.
like homeboy from Washington hit it, where it hits the back of the iron and bounces straight up, and then somehow ends up in. Okay, let's be nice to each other. Come on, guys.
Yeah, be
Fucking
nice.
Be
nice.
Do
Tina,
some dumb shit again,
bear
Vontez,
down.
and we're kicking.
Love you guys.
Anyways,
And there's no way that's your real name. And if it is, it's a great name, Vontez Buckshanks.
but be nice. Don't be like Vontez Perfect.
I'm
I'm a dog.
No, you're
no,
not.
Pugs is a dog.
Yeah.
Austin is also a dog. Yeah, man. I mean, to have a freshman that you can put in those situations. You said that Bobby literally said to him, "You have to make these." Like there,
You have to make all 3.
There was not that situation, and like a game-ending free throws 3 is going to be difficult no matter what. But you put him in that situation where you have the fucking guys with to me is loser energy, guys on the paint from Washington putting their fucking hands up and snapping. I think that's so lame.
Yeah.
And you have your head coach telling you have to make all 3 of these after you've lost 2 straight games. Like there's a lot of pressure in that situation. And he didn't seem phased at all. Like he didn't look nervous. Everyone was straight cash. I wasn't saying be nice to you, Tina. I was saying be nice to
You're all
Montez.
good. We're all good. We're a family here.
But yeah, I mean, it's to have a freshman be able to step up in a moment like that. Even if you are one of those ASU fans who are just alarmists and you blow it up, fire Bobby, the season's over. You can't deny the fact that Austin is incredibly impressive and is something to be excited about for the future.
Anybody in the Pac-12 would kill. I know there are a lot of really good teams. Austin Nunez could play on any team in the Pac-12.
Yeah, and there's something just about having a freshman do something like this, especially when you have a team with a bunch of older guys and they see a kid come in and they're like, fuck yeah. Like, hell yeah, kid.
That's why I'm so shocked that they didn't come out on fire in overtime.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they started sluggish, but that's what they do.
but
They
it's
start sluggish.
in moments they shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's
It's tough. It is tough. But
Hey,
Austin
Damon,
Nunez,
is your Slack logged in there? Okay, I'm gonna send you something that you need to show.
Austin Nunez is a dog. Guys, we're going to continue to talk ASU hoops. But before we do that, I want to tell you guys about another dog. Underdog. Easy, guys. An
Bark,
easy
bark,
place to
bark.
make some coin.
Barky,
Check out their
bark,
pick'ems, the
bark.
highers, the lowers. And right now, Guys, if any of you had higher on Spencer Dinwiddie points, you may some shmoney tonight. Just saying, guys. It's easy to get started. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app and sign up with promo code PHNX, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit, up to 100 bones. Sad face.
Have we ever used?
the exchange rate 1-to-1.
Yeah. Have we ever used deposit?
I don't know if we have, but I got called that a decent amount in high school. That and Depositron, which I was not a fan of.
Is that like a knockoff Transformer?
Yeah, it's kind of Megatron, Depositron.
Or is it just like a bank? It's an ATM Transformer.
Yeah, but
it's a Depositron.
I don't transform into a car. I transform into a super comfy, more furniture recliner.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh,
was that our first one?
Write it down. I'm writing it on the list.
Dude.
I'm writing it on the list. What time are we at in the show? Anyways.
Anyway.
I have it in my notes, by the way, as twin moments.
Oh, goodness.
What was I saying? Oh,
You're
more
transforming
furniture.
into a
Twin
couch.
moment ruined my flawless.
Sorry.
I don't blame you. That was beautiful. If you want to also transform or just sink so far in, you might as well become the couch. Check out More Furniture. They have the best furniture. It was the one good part about being here tonight. And the company was getting to sit my ass in a nice recliner. They're on the cross streets of 44th and McDowell. And if you use promo code, we got a promo code. Let's go. Use promo code PHNX to get free delivery and installation. They not only bring it to your house, they walk it straight in and they put it up for you. Come on now.
There's some dogs.
They're dogs. But on any purchase of $999 or more. This is not available online, so make sure you get down to that 44th and McDowell location. It's a limited offer that is valid only until January 31st. So you have 3 days. Get out there. Exclusively for our PHNX listeners. So take advantage now. Check them out at morefurniture.com. That's morfurniture.com. More Furniture. Get on it.
Couple things.
Yeah.
Kyle A. Dodenhoff. Great name, by the way. We should hang out. Diefenbach, Dodenhoff. Also, shout out ASU Baseball. Free scrimmage at Muni on Saturday. Come out and support the boys. Love that.
Kyle A. Dodenhoff sounds like a guy who just tore up
like 100-meter freestyle.
No, he tore up the NCAA in like the the mid 2000s.
Damn.
He was like great at like a Big East school.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Eric Devendorf, to be quite honest with you.
There's already a guy that I'm thinking of with the similar name.
Yeah.
You or him.
And we also we cover all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll be talking about ASU baseball. So if you're new here,
Baseball, softball.
Shout out Vontez. How late y'all stay up and then got to be at work in the morning?
yes,
Yep.
Vontez. We do.
Committed to the grind. We're here for you. We do it for y'all.
2 p.m. tomorrow, by the way.
We've talked a little about Austin Nunez as we were watching these free throws occur.
Mhm.
We had a moment,
We did have a moment.
and it was top 3. I would say top 3.
It was beautiful. It was a
Well,
beautiful one.
let's do 1 and 2. What's 1 and 2? I think 1 is Cristiano Watson's Grand Slam together.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just general moments. I mean,
ASU sports moments together.
are we just good moments or moments? Because the
You're gonna
Pac-12
say- yeah,
tournament
you're
is
gonna say
was definitely a moment.
Let's do good moments.
let's do
Good
good
moments.
Because this was a good moment.
The
and
UCLA upset last
I would
year.
say the first half of the Pac-12 tournament.
I would say the
Up until Kamani's
experience.
dunk.
I would
Yeah.
say everything from Kamani's dunk. I would say the experience in Las Vegas, omitting just the moment that Kamani made that dunk to win the buzzer.
And the 3 minutes where I lost $100 on electric ponies.
that
okay.
was the highlight of my.
Okay, so that Cristiano Watson Grand Slam, and then
This.
Austin Nunez 3 free throws.
And if you're wondering, why is U of A grad Damon sitting down with us? Damon, why were you sitting down with us?
I had a 10-leg parlay, and
that was a
ASU
10-leg.
Yeah, ASU was the last leg for like $230. So don't mess with my money, man. I'll leave it
Devastating.
for ASU if it means I'm gonna win some money. So
Ooh, that was
Devastating.
tough. That was
All right, bear down. Too far.
yeah, it's
Too
way
far.
man.
This is
Way
guard
too
you
far.
still.
Yeah.
We're boys.
Damn it.
I would argue that the Blueberry moment was also a top moment.
Yeah, that was a top moment.
I would bump out the Pac-12 tournament for the Blueberry.
The Blueberry was
Honestly,
crazy. The Blueberry.
I don't know if you
Donut
can
was
consider it a
crazy.
moment, but the entirety of the softball
season.
postseason, yeah, like all of it was so much fun.
Let's get an aftertaste. I'm curious to see what you guys got. Shane, I'm gonna start with you. What was rammed in your potato trap today?
Husky.
Oh, that was an all-timer.
What'd you say?
Rammed into your potato trap.
Potato trap?
That's an all-timer.
Is that a saying, or did you just make that up?
No, it's slang for mouth.
I've never heard
I've never heard that. It sounds like just it sounds like
That sounds like a
you
toad
did.
tree.
It sounds like potato trap is to That's what I was about to say. It's a potato trap. Sounds like
Okay.
Potato trap to
Sounds like
pie hole is Oval Office to Louvre. I think he had the idea, but it wasn't quite there.
I've said pie hole though before.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
This tastes like dog shit. Like husky dog shit. Yeah.
This tastes like what I imagine the blueberry that had been sitting in the sink at our old office for a few days and like went down into the drain and then magically emerged despite all odds.
That's the best moment in PHNX sports history.
The blueberry?
Yes.
Yeah. We are the greatest of all time. We have so much fun.
Clearly Vontaze hasn't been here before.
Welcome.
Hey,
Get used to it, dog. Get used to it.
Yeah, dude. This is a segment we do quite often.
No, but saturated carry, a 3-day-old room temperature beer still gets you drunk. I wish I was drunk.
Yeah.
I would take a 3-day-old
But
room temperature 4-piece anytime.
How about a 3-day-old room temperature
Flat.
root beer? It's flat.
Yeah,
Gross.
the flat was an important distinction. That I don't want any.
Can we expose
Wait,
other?
did you answer?
Oh, sorry.
Potatoes?
No. This tastes like.
Uncooked?
I'm sorry, Tina. This tastes like piss.
Don't say piss again.
That's probably got to be crazy for Vontaze to read too.
Don't say piss.
I know we
Okay.
say this sometimes, like after shows. We're like, could you imagine if that was someone's first show? We're living it. Welcome.
Yeah, no, this
I
tastes
want
like.
to say they're not all like this, but they're all
this
like
tastes like piss that you needed, like you drank to survive, right? Like
Bear Grylls?
That's where you're at. That's where you're at now, right? You needed to drink this to survive. We're gonna see what happens against Washington State.
No, but this is like somebody who's.
No, this is like drinking piss for fun. Like,
exactly. This is like somebody who's like who
there's a fridge full of water. And they're like,
somebody
That's not gonna do it.
somebody
not
who
my
was
nature.
given a second chance, like that got saved by a rescue helicopter after drinking their own piss for an entire day straight to survive, and then they crave it so much that they wanted to do it again, and they went out, they lost in the forest by themselves, and started drinking their own piss again. That is exactly what that is, because they should have learned against USC and they didn't.
drinking piss for fun, as always.
What do you want to talk about?
I just want to not address some of the other players who played awful tonight.
Yeah.
Warren Washington.
Where
the hell were you?
Who?
That was that's probably the biggest thing that I didn't see. And we'll get to
Yes.
this when we get to the lyric of the game. But you're on Twitter. You're not a coach. You're not a coach. You don't know better than Bobby Hurley. You don't.
But the Warren thing, it was something that we had talked about yesterday. At least I did. Like, the ability for him to have a big game was there. There was a point early on in the game where he got into that soft spot near the free throw line and he just bricked it, and then he never got back there again. They also don't ever use his height offensively.
He doesn't.
But like they don't like line him up. And I get you have more athletic guys on the team. But they don't ever try and like get him lobs or something, which is another great way to beat the zone. Don't know if you know this. I went to Syracuse. I worked for the basketball team. I saw the zone a lot, and they kept getting their ass kicked by throwing lobs over the top. And you have the athletes to do it, and they didn't do it.
Yeah. And that brings me to my other point.
Yeah.
Devin Cambridge, MIN. I know
Who?
you said he was going to be a little labored with his left wrist, I believe, tonight. But still, just didn't show up in a big way. And there were a couple missed lobs, but that's huge. We already talked about DJ Horn, but not having a guy like Warren on the court being able to impact the game. He had 8 boards, but that's about it. Didn't do a ton defensively. Had 2 blocks, but didn't affect enough shots, in my opinion. Compile that with your bench and the bigs on your bench just not doing anything. We mentioned Gaffney earlier, but we scoffed at him. Gaffney, as I said on the show yesterday, he needs to hit that shot from the mid-range. He didn't even come close. Not even close. It looked like Totri out there taking jumpers. Not even close.
You have never seen me take a jumper.
On against a Division I basketball team, I'd imagine that's what it would look
It
like.
probably doesn't
You
matter.
telling me I could score 2 points? I could score 2 points with what Gaffney did tonight.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I could.
That's the craziest thing you've said on the show, and you've said some crazy things.
I could score 2 points.
You could score 2 points in 7 minutes of basketball time,
It felt like he played a whole half hour.
but he didn't.
It felt like, but he didn't.
He
Watching Alonzo
He
Gaffney
took
play,
5 shots in 7 minutes.
he makes me love bug exterminators.
I just like.
That was one of those things where he just says it.
Yeah,
Pragmatic,
man. I try. Like, I know it's.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get it. I understood. I understood it. I just they just didn't do it for me. I don't want to be
Hey,
like.
don't do it
It's
for him.
easy to get caught up, and especially me. I'm a very emotional person, and I try. Not that kind of
Get
emotional.
the shit out of here.
Damn. Damn. Audio listeners.
That was Devin
Shane
Chambers
just
blocking
got slapped
that
by
shot.
Jake. Or by, wow.
By Jacob.
By Jacob. By
Yeah,
Totri.
hear that?
Oh, my.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me on the show ever again.
I try. Okay. Well, let me do that.
It's time.
I try not to be mean about these guys who are all younger than me playing basketball. But oh my God, Alonzo Gaffney is just not good. Like he has not played good basketball at all this year. And you have a team that's deep enough to where it seems like you don't need to play him. Don't.
Time for. Is it time?
Don't.
It's time for the lyric of the game. Oh God! Tonight's lyric of the game comes from Glaive. The song's called Stephanie. I've been losing friends and gaining enemies, and now they swear and they know what's best for me. That's all I saw on Twitter tonight. Everyone saying they should do this. The shot selection is the worst it's ever been, which that's just not true. We've seen worse games.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you about maybe USC last game? That was pretty bad.
Do we remember what happened against the University of San Francisco?
Yeah.
And they lost to Texas Southern this year.
Yeah. But the stuff I saw on Twitter was so ridiculous about why don't they feed more?
Really? Ridiculous shit on Twitter. Shocker.
But ASU basketball fans especially, like,
No, 100%.
I know Totri said this tonight as a joke, but people seriously were saying blow it up.
It does
this
have this energy.
This game is over. Like,
I'm following you.
or the season's over. And I think that was just ridiculous. What I don't understand is when people think they know basketball better than our head coach. It blows my goddamn mind. I can understand an opinion you have. I can understand you thinking that he isn't going to get the job done, and sometimes reasonably so because we see the same stuff over and over again. But what I don't understand is people genuinely going like, hey, maybe try attacking the middle part of the zone. Like, they didn't just work on that in practice for a week straight. They tried.
Yeah,
it
the
didn't work.
guys that got there weren't making their shots. I feel like this is really necessary because I feel like a disappointed father who has to talk to their children. I also, I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy.
I'm sorry.
What are we doing at school?
I know they're doing it just to get to us, but I got to.
No.
And I'm not talking about the conversation, the thing that we don't look athletic because
Yo.
You gotta screw up.
that's probably valid. But they said something earlier about how anyone knows better than Bobby Hurley. I suggest you go back and look at who was coaching the University at Buffalo Bulls when they beat your ass in the tournament. Just check it out. Check it out.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that fucking hurt. That loss hurt. It felt like when Nunez hit those 3 free throws, it felt like ASU was destined to win this game. They were indeed not. There's a lot of basketball left in the season. Okay, let's get to the Bobby board and see what they've got upcoming. Obviously, Washington State on Saturday. Boys, I'm not in love with the trend here.
I am
You
not
see the
either.
trend?
Yep, we don't got to talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Oh shit.
I'm not in love with the trend here.
Especially when you look at the last 4
Yeah.
games of the season.
Yeah, it's very possible. Washington State, obviously, still on the road
Well,
Saturday.
Hold on now.
Yeah.
If that is the trend and you do lose your last 4, it's not that bad. It's not that bad because then you win. You're saying you win 5. You win 6 straight or 5 straight, 6 straight.
Yeah, who gives a shit if you lose 4 in a row
If you
going
lose
into the
4 in a
Pac-12
row
tournament?
going into the tournament, that's
I
After
mean, it's
losing-
not good, but it's not.
Odds are you're going to lose 3.
Give me a smidge.
Oh, yeah. Then you've got Oregon State, Oregon.
You know what I'll take? I'll start. 3 is the max. They start working backwards. They get 2, and then they lose in the NCAA championship. I'll take it. They get 1 loss in their next round, which would be, or I guess the Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
look, you've got to, at this point, you got to win the next 5. I think, at the very least, you have to win 4 of the next 5. You have to. Otherwise, I'm going on a limb in saying you don't have a chance at the tournament unless you make a big run in the Pac-12 tournament.
I think you got to win all 5. I think the only loss that will be acceptable here is Oregon.
That's where I'm at. Especially because
But-
Oregon State just got the shit kicked out of them by Utah.
Considering what you've done to Oregon already this year, and I know Oregon, I think, has kind of responded to that, and they're a talented team. I'm not going to say they're necessarily a good team, but man, yeah, you should probably win the next 6. You probably should win the next 6.
I mean, you got to at least.
You should win. I mean, realistically, you should win the next 7. I think this team is. It's getting harder and harder to say this because they've lost 3 straight. I do still think this is a top 4 team in the conference.
If you rattle off 7 in a row and then you lose 3, as long as you don't get bounced in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament, you're making the tournament.
and as long as you're not getting embarrassed in those,
You
3.
said if you win.
If
what?
you win 7 straight and then you lose your last 3 and at least get 1 win in the Pac-12 tournament, you make the Pac-12 tournament.
I don't know if you do.
Yeah, you do.
Who was your
it's
big
just really
win?
the problem is
What are we pointing to at the end of the year?
Well, the win in the Pac-12 tournament would be a big win because you're assuming you probably get a bye. So you're playing a
At that
team that's
point?
at least good.
So odds are you're playing what? Like a Utah again?
Utah,
Or
Oregon, Colorado.
I don't know if that's good enough.
But
bro.
but you haven't gotten a big win. You've been in the tournament conversation for the last 4
what are you
weeks.
doing? Sit down.
Yeah, we
I
can't.
am sitting down.
Kyle in chat
where
says,
I'm at.
I just want to see one game where the players match Hurley's energy. The man lives and dies with each shot. Players were barely high.
Go turn on the San Diego game.
Well, go watch every game before the San Francisco game.
Yeah,
Before everything before USC. These last 2 games, the
Yeah.
energy has been the problem. That has not been the problem all year. They've missed shots, but the energy has never been the problem.
particularly from Des Cambridge. I feel like you don't see that, and that was one of the things we talked about with the USF loss. He wasn't there, and we were like, they didn't have energy. Maybe it was because of Des. We gave Des a lot of credit for being an energy guy here, and I don't feel like I have
Dev?
Des. Right? Yeah.
No, you're talking Dev.
No.
No, he's talking about
I'm
Des.
not Des missed
Yeah.
the USF game. Right?
Oh yeah.
And
Well-
we had talked about the energy provided, and I don't feel like I see that like in his attitude, his demeanor.
Yeah,
anymore.
he's dropping 26, but he's not like. Yeah, I get what you're saying, dude.
JJ, it's gonna be okay.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I think it could be, but I can't tell you that with confidence. I don't want to lie to you.
Oh, sorry, Jake. I'm sorry. I'm a big dummy. Ignore everything I said. Jake just proved me wrong because I'm a big dummy. I don't really care about the University at Buffalo. So what I said was irrelevant. Bobby's still a good coach. Fuck me.
I was gonna go ahead and tell you after the show. Just
I
so
would
it
have
didn't air it
appreciated
out,
that. But I, keep me honest.
Guys, it's
I don't
hand up?
care about the University. Yeah, no, big handout.
Saturday,
You know who was the
Saturday.
coach at Syracuse at the time? Jim Boeheim, because he's been for the last 50 years, and that's all I know.
Saturday. We got to roll out Bad Birdie. We haven't done it in a minute. We got to do it again. We got to try it. We got to try something here. Bad Birdie needs to will us to victory. Guys, join the party. Get your Bad Birdie. Use code PHNX_sports15 for 15% off your next order at badbirdiegolf.com. We absolutely need everybody to go get their Bad Birdie and rally with us because ASU basketball needs to get a dub, and Bad Birdie is the attire to do it in. It's comfy. It's breathable. It's affordable. It's all the things.
And we're actually planning to use it on a golf course sometimes.
Guys, Bad Birdie, get it on you.
Get it on, yeah.
Get it on you. Get in it.
Get in it.
Get in it.
Put it on,
Okay.
and
Become
get some
one
illegal
with
pizza
the
in your
Bad
mouth
Birdie. Oh.
as well.
Why'd you add in your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we're it's better than putting it literally anywhere else.
Well, maybe putting it. Never mind. I was putting it on your friend's front door so they get.
Like on the door?
No, like
Or like
front
delivering
step.
it?
just get it. Throw it at the door.
Well, no,
delivering
they're
it?
saying is check your front door. So, you know what I mean? On the front step. Go get illegal beats! There was a moment today where I referenced a conversation I had with myself.
But not only did you reference it as if you were having a conversation. I was talking to somebody. Oh wait, I was talking to myself. That's right. I was having a conversation.
I was
with
telling
myself.
I was telling myself this. New year, new diet. Well, fuck. You quit pushing it on. I'm losing it. Somebody else do this one. I can't.
Guys.
New year, new diet? Well, quit pushing it off because Illegal Pete's has just what you need. With endless options of fresh ingredients that can fit almost any diet or dietary restrictions, it's a no-brainer. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it because I'm reading it word for word. If you have a problem with what I'm about to say, pick it up with Max because I have a problem with what I'm about to say. Eat Pete's just for the health of it.
So bad.
It's terrible, Max.
Wait, actually, Max doesn't deserve that. He was in the trenches.
He
today.
was in the trenches, but he wrote this before he was in the trenches, so there is no excuse.
Illegal beats.
Check
Get it in your mouth.
Get it in ya. Not on ya. In ya.
Yeah.
Not on the door. In your mouth.
Everybody
Illegal
talking
Pete's,
about
put it in your potato trap.
everybody ram it into your potato trap.
There's a line and you always have to cross it.
You're welcome.
Place it.
Totri draws a line in the sand just so there is a line for him to cross.
Of course. Why else would there be a line?
Damn, bear down. All right.
Are you gonna? I love how you're gonna insult me and a message with a typo.
Go job.
Go job.
You
The
can
buzz
read.
you can read.
Guys, everybody talking about the linebacker that ASU got. We talk about the softball commit. We're gonna save
Thunderbird.
all of that. We're gonna save all of that for Friday's show, live at 2 p.m. It's gonna be a Friday fun day. Come join the fun. It's gonna be a blast again. 2 p.m. live tomorrow. Gonna be a party.
Damn, DJ's getting blamed for the show going off the rails, and JJB. It's not. I don't know that it's gonna be okay.
We love y'all.
I
We
can't
love everybody in the
promise.
chat staying up till
Does it look
12:30
like
to
it's
talk
gonna be okay?
to talk ASU basketball
Hey, you
with
know
us,
what?
ASU sports in general. Hell of a time.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
I feel it.
Hey,
I feel it. We're
honestly,
good.
the reality is ASU could lose every game for the rest of the time, and it'll be okay.
But that's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna
still
happen.
Be okay.
But it'll be okay. You know,
There you go.
world keeps
Bear
turning.
520 down.
Sun keeps raising.
Check yourself, bro.
And
Check yourself.
falling.
That's that Tucson education for you. Guys, give us a follow.
How are you gonna say edumacation in that sentence?
Give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Shane at Shane Deep. You can follow Shawn DePaz at Shawn_DePaz.
Sorry to end this on a sad note, but remembering the Bean and Gigi as always 3 years ago today. Rest in peace.
We will see you guys in 13 and a half hours. But for now, peace.